Someone once wrote that W.O. Mitchell isn't just a writer, he's the longest-running roadshow in Canadian literature. At 79, the native of Weyburn, Saskatchewan, has written 10 novels, his most famous, Who Has Seen the Wind and Jake and the Kid, his most recent, For Art's Sake. He's also written TV movies, radio plays, articles, and essays, and he has much more up his sleeve. On tonight's CTV biography, Inside the Mind of a Man Who Speaks His Mind. W.O. Mitchell at work. Not a novel or a story or a script this time, but a letter of complaint to Perrin Beatty and his boss Brian Mulrooney. And Bill Mitchell is mad.
P.S. If the government doesn't continue to support public lending rights, average payments to writers will be reduced to approximately 34% over the next 2 years.
Mitchell knows what money means to writers. It wasn't until Who Has Seen the Wind was published in 1947 that he was able to write full-time. I asked him when he realized he could devote his life to writing, and he said it happened during childhood.
I picked up bovine tuberculosis, and it attacked my right hand. Taken out of school, I had it in an aluminum crate for years after that, and I couldn't use it. And I used to wander out 6th Street onto the prairie beyond, and there, smelling, seeing, hearing, watching, and talking to myself. I think that is the genesis of when I really, without knowing it, was committed as a writer.
Ah, yes, the prairie. Why does it create so many poets and writers?
All that land and all that sky turns one's attention inwards.
And that's also why so much of Bill Mitchell shows up in everything he writes.
Any serious writer builds with actual life lumber. Smells, sights, sounds, touches, emotions, insights. It all has to be found in your unique past.
And in your unique present.
Sandie, I'd like you to meet a distant relative of mine by marriage. 50 years. Myrna. She walked up the side of the pool, and she didn't go up the 1-meter board, she went up the 3-meter, and she turned around, and she did the most beautiful back layout, and women aren't supposed to be able to do that. I fell for her then.
Here in the solarium of their Calgary home, with the sights and smells of birds of paradise and lime trees and orchids, Bill Mitchell takes comfort from the cold. He hasn't been well, and he's not always thrilled about being 79.
Flawed balance, memory, weakness. That I don't like about it.
What he does like to do, love to do in fact, is teach. He tells his protégés that
simply relaxing whatever floats to the surface of your head, get it from your own unique stored past.
And he urges them not to give up.
They must hang in, because the writing apprentice period for a writer is at least 10 years. It's more than a doctor or an engineer. And my advice, don't quit. That's it.
Well, this man certainly isn't quitting, but then he has more of life's lumber to tell us about.
Come on. That's a sweet baby boy.